you are pregnant here or in any country in Latin America, trust me, nobody is going to give you anything to feed the baby that is inside of you. You and your husband, you have to go to work.
Because we don't work and we live off the government, and we are proud of that.
Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
Donald Trump, man, he ain't right, man. He cut the food stamps off. That was wrong, They was posting God quotes all that week. This too shall pass.
There is a card here from the government that is called Supérate. That card is for quote unquote poor people that they don't have money to do certain stuff. Welcome to another episode of the Dominican News. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has said it doesn't have the money to pay $8 billion in food stamp benefits for November. So without help from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, recipients are going to have to decide whether they use their limited budget to buy groceries, pay rent, fill prescriptions, or
out for the single mothers that got kids. Now, what can we do? We can't to feed our kids. Let alone, if we do have jobs, again, what can we do? Because that was helping us.
How much money do SNAP recipients get? For households, the average monthly benefit was $356.41 in total. However, there are also many other food assistance programs run by the government, such as the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, WIC. In the Dominican Republic and in many other Latin American countries, like you can visit any country, any Hispanic country. And of course, you're not gonna find all these benefits from the government. So you guys are blessed.
I'm thinking about going up to the food stamp office and demanding that they make some changes, because there's no way I'm going to be able to buy the food that my son wants to eat.
I understand that, of course, the United States is one of the most powerful economies in the world, so they can afford to do that, of course. If you have a baby in the Dominican Republic or in any other country in Latin America, I've been to Panama, I've been to El Salvador, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Guatemala, I visited Mexico, and they don't have that. If you have a baby, you are going to have to support your baby. It's your baby. The government is not going to take care of it. I'm sorry. So in the Dominican Republic, it happens the exact same thing. So I wish we had that. I wish we had all those benefits from the government, but we don't. That's amazing to have it. But, since you have so many government benefits in the United States, you have a baby and you apply for WIC. And if you're eligible, WIC is going to give you diapers. It's going to give you milk. It's going to give you food for the baby and everything.
So just because I don't want to work 20 hours a week, which is crazy. Can you imagine having to work 20 hours a week? So I don't want to work. You take all of my benefits away. The benefits that you have allowed me to use for 13 years.
And that's amazing. But in my reality here, no. You have your baby, that's your baby. You're going to have to work and you're going to have to feed him. Absolutely nobody's going to give you anything. So that's the reality. Number two, you here, if you don't have a job, let's say you are unemployed.
We were taught to not have to work. We were taught to live off the government because it is there for us to use. And that's when I was like, this is free money. Like, what?
You are going to have to go get a job. Yeah. There is no hotline here where you call and you say, hey, I want to apply for unemployment benefits. And then if you are eligible to, you're going to get a check. That ain't happening. Now, here we have had for the last approximately 8 years, maybe 10, we got a card from the government, which is not even close to what you have for SNAP. It's not even close. I'm just gonna put that on the table so you know that there is something here, because my job is to tell you how things work here compared to the United States. There is a card here from the government that is called Supérate. That card is for quote unquote poor people that they don't have money to do certain stuff. And yes, you have a lot of people that have it. Do you know how much is the card? I mean, how much money you get deposited every month? It doesn't matter if you have 100 people in your house. That's like the fixed amount that you're going to get, $25. Yeah, that's what you get. And that money is not to feed people. That money is like, I'm going to give you that so you can get propane gas. You go to the gas, to the propane services and you you fill your tank. Or you want to buy rice, go buy rice. But it's not like Dominicans know that they have to go to work, because that's nothing. $25. Some people have it. Well, a lot of people have it. But that's it. Dominicans know in their mind that is not a right to have that money. They know that money is worthless because you do nothing with it. They know. So they got to wake up and hustle every day. And it doesn't happen only here in the Dominican Republic. It happens anywhere in Latin America, in a Hispanic country. People are not expecting anything from the government. They know nobody's going to come help you. Nobody's going to come save you. You know, since you're born, that if you do not hustle, if you do not work, there's nothing coming to you. Your father and your mother, those are your heroes. The government is not coming to do anything for you. Like nothing. Yeah, you have free hospitals. You go give birth for free. Government giving you money, giving you food. That ain't happening. Not only here, anywhere in Latin America. And you guys are blessed because you had that. Yes, you are blessed. But now, since now November, I think those benefits are going to be paused because of the government shutdown or whatever. You guys are like, oh my God, how are we going to survive? Well, because for you, that's the normal. The normal for Americans, and not all Americans. I'm talking about the ones that receive those benefits. The normal is that the government is going to help you. For us, the normal is that the government is not going to help us. So we got to go and do what we have to do. So if you don't have a job in the U.S., you can get unemployment benefits if you're eligible. If you have a kid and you are low income, you are eligible for week services. You're eligible for SNAP services. Even if you are not able to pay your electrical bill, then you can call the hotline and somebody's going to give you options or assistance for that. You don't have a shelter. You don't have a house. You call somebody and somebody's going to fill out the paperwork for you to get a place to live. You guys are blessed. We don't have that. For example, we have this woman in the United States that she has, 4 or 5 babies and she's complaining. So this is the kind of thing that is not going to happen in the Dominican Republic. This is not happening here because women are not expecting the government to support them. So check this out.
They done shut down. I need to know what's going on. I got 9 kids to feed. 9 babies. And I want to know why they ain't put my food stuff on their car. Do I? I done been waiting. I done did my application. And I got 3 handicapped babies. I need to know why my food stamps ain't on my car. This is not right. This ain't fair. I don't care about no shutdown or none of that. But I've been calm. I've been calling. Everybody ignoring me. I've been here 3, 4, 5 times. I want to know why.
As far as I know, if you are undocumented in the United States, you are not eligible to receive SNAP benefits. Because in order for you to receive those benefits, you need to have a valid identification. So you need to fill in, information. And I asked a couple of Americans, and that's what they told me. But then I saw this video, and I'm not sure if it's right. You correct me. You teach me and tell me if that's how it works. So let's listen to what this gentleman in the news says. Check it out.
There are 42 million people in this country that need food stamps on a weekly basis. And we're saying people deliberately instead of Americans because most of the people that are on food stamps aren't even from this country. 45% of Afghanistan immigrants are on food stamps. 42% of Somali immigrants, 34% of every immigrant from Iraq, 23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps, meaning that most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans.
So if you have babies here, if you don't have money to pay your rent, if you don't have the money to pay your bills, unfortunately, sir, ma'am, you're going to starve. Yeah, nobody's going to give you anything. You got to go hustle and work. If we had 50% of the benefits you had, I promise you that people will not migrate to the United States. They will stay in their countries. Yes, if they just knew that the government is going to give them food and the government is going to give them assistance if they don't have a job, or if you are not able to pay your electrical bill, you're going to get some help. If we had that, most people will not migrate. Yeah. Because basically that's what people want. People just migrate so they can help their families. So you Americans, you guys are blessed. You guys are blessed. You have so much help from the government. And of course, I'm not talking to all Americans. I'm talking about those ones that unfortunately are low income. And I know in the US, everything is very expensive. But I guess that also when the government helps so much, they create a culture of dependency and they create a culture of people taking everything for granted. So now this money is not coming in, or probably, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but this money is most likely not going to come into your bank account. And probably people are going to just break into Walmart and steal stuff because you are counting on the government to put food on your table. And I wish I had that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that your reality is very different to most people's reality. And that's all I'm saying. If you are pregnant here or in any country in Latin America, trust me, nobody is going to give you anything to feed the baby that is inside of you. You and your husband, you have to go to work. And then once the baby is born, you are responsible to feed that baby. Nobody's going to bring anything to you, baby. You got to do it.
Do anybody know the day that we going to start stealing the groceries and stealing the stuff out the stores? Cause I get paid next week, but I can wait until y'all start grabbing stuff and then save the little bit of money that I got. But I need to know the exact day though, cause make sure I ain't got to work and make sure I ain't got nothing going on. Probably need a ride cause I don't want to drive my car. But just whatever day that's gonna be, just say just the day we stealing the stuff is this. Just drop it down there low and let me know. I'll be right there.
So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. Thank you very much for supporting the Dominican News. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the like button. I love you all.